Hi, my name is Eliza and welcome to my channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Eliza and I am working on this van, and I have been working on it for a couple of months, and I've taken a couple of months break mainly because I felt super duper burnt out with all of the problems that I was experiencing with the van. I am hoping to take it traveling with my cat, who has joined me. You can see his little tail. Here he is. He has a little harness on with a little tracker, which is super fun, so that when we do go traveling, I'll be able to see where he is. His name is Bagheera, by the way. If you've been following me on my van renovation journey, you would know that I am now up to doing all of the wall renovation. The last video that I recorded, I was talking about the plumbing because I needed to get all the plumbing done before putting on the walls. On top of that, I also worked on the electrical system, which actually is completed, but it's a little bit difficult to explain, so I'm still holding off on a video when it comes to that. I don't know if people would be interested in that anyways. You can probably see that the walls are in from this video. Try not to look at it, it's spoilers. But in this moment, I'm pretty much done the walls and I just have the painting to do. I last ended the previous wall video on the insulation. Now I have actually two types of insulation, but there was this earth wall that was kind of this brown stuff. It was always up your nose, you had to be careful, it was probably not good for your body. I'm honestly so excited to just cover everything. It'll be really good for all of this earth wall to be covered up so I don't have to hecking breathe it in anymore. Probably shouldn't be breathing it in, but whatever. And I used that to kind of like stuff in all the crevices, and that's what I explained last time, and that's probably where I left off last time. After that, I used a different kind of insulation. You can probably kind of see it in the background, and this was just like a foil type of insulation. I basically just held it up to the wall, cut around the edges, used a staple gun to kind of like connect it to the studs to kind of get an idea of how much insulation I needed. Just cut it out with a Stanley knife and did that to everything. Wow, look at that. It's a roof. And then that meant that I could just staple it onto the studs and keep it there. Before I did that, I had to run all of the wires, but after the electrical system was all done and all wired, I could officially install the insulation, and that was pretty easy. That was probably one of the easiest jobs. And after the insulation, then we could move on to the ply. Now I used a quite flexible ply. I think it was 3mm. I did do a lot of measuring beforehand, and I kind of had an idea of how much length I needed. Unfortunately, the place that I went to get my wood, they didn't have boards that were long enough for my walls. You can kind of see in the background I had to use two different sections of board because there was just none that was long enough. I think my entire length was about 3 meters, and I think the biggest boards that, or the biggest ply boards that Bunnings had were like 2.5 meters. And then when I had the boards, I could use the insulation that I hadn't officially installed yet as kind of the base. If you saw the floor video that I have, I used cardboard as a stencil for the floor of my van. Instead of getting a bunch of cardboard, I just used the insulation that I already had. So now that I've got a rough idea of what all of these shapes for the walls are going to look like, I'm going to take all of these down, but hopefully I can use this insulation as like a template or outline for the rest of the build. I also had to measure and outline a bunch of circles for all of the lighting that would eventually go on the roof. So I had 9 big pieces of ply that I had to cut out, but after the main pieces were cut out, after using the insulation as kind of the template, I was able to bring it in and out and adjust it. That part was frustrating because it was a lot of adjustments. As I explained in the floor video, it is pretty frustrating because this isn't a box. This has so many curves and so many different things, and you don't want to waste space. So it was a lot of adjusting. But yeah, got there in the end. Battery change. Okay. Fun little location change because I am knackered today. Fun fact, for everyone who doesn't know, I have a chronic illness, which is part of the reason why this whole renovation is taking far longer than it should. But yeah, it severely impacts my ability to do anything. I'm just feeling super nauseous and I want to get this video done. So yeah, cutting out the boards took a really long time, but it definitely is worth it to try and get as accurate as you can. Today I am starting on the sanding. I've pretty much cut out every piece of my, I guess, walls and roof, and now I'm doing the sanding part. This is just to get it prepped and ready for painting when that will happen. And then fingers crossed, if I get all of that done, I can probably actually attach these to the walls. So I did nail them all into the studs that I previously put on in the video before. Obviously, if you've seen the insulation and framing video, that's when I did it. So now with the boards in, I could work on the framing of the windows. Off camera I've done a couple of things. The main thing is chopping a bunch of trim. This trim is to go around the windows as well as the frame of the doors. I decided I wanted to have curved windows, which is stupid, but wanted that. I decided to get an MDF board because it's a little bit more pliable. I don't think it ended up being as pliable. I was hoping that it would bend to make the curve naturally, but it just snapped. So I've decided that I'll just stick on a piece of wood in between every bit of the corner and then hopefully go over it with wood glue so it kind of has some sort of curve effect, but it probably won't be like perfectly curved like this is here. So I had to kind of make really awful jagged framing, and I was hoping to use wood filler to kind of create the curve. I tried to put some of this wood filler here and I tried to put it on all of these curves. They originally looked like this, and I obviously have filled them in, but for now it looks really ugly. So after sanding down the walls an insane amount, adding wood filler and sanding that down again, that was where I ended last year. There were a couple of reasons why I ended last year. It was, I think, early December, but there was a lot of things happening, a lot of moving happening in particular, and I just figured, you know, the walls are probably going to get scratched up, so I will let everyone do that stuff, then I'll go over and sand it again. In my mind, I could have a little break for a couple of months from the van or do things that was not like painting because I didn't want the walls to get scratched. So my main concerns were, first of all, my fans weren't in line with the holes that I'd created for the fan vents. That was really annoying. Didn't know what to do because I had attached the roof on already and I couldn't just put a jigsaw to the roof. I needed to take a break and I've come back today to sort out at least one thing, and that is this roof. Basically, with my air vents, I needed to cut out these squares, obviously, and I have this to go on, but when we put on the roof it's a little bit off center. That means this fan cover just doesn't fit in. It fits in on this side, but I need to cut off a bit of the roof on this side, and because the roof is attached to the van I can't take it off. So yesterday I was sanding it down. It was taking way too long and I was getting so frustrated. I was trying to cut it with a knife, but right now I have some metal scissors and I'm praying and hoping this works. I could not care what it looks like, I just need it to fit in. It will be covered by the cover anyways, so it doesn't really matter. I've got to chop these fan vent covers. I've already started it a little bit, but I've just got to make it a little bit shorter because it's just a bit too tall. My second problem was my wood filler was cracking like crazy. I know that wood filler cracks, and I know if you put it on thick it cracks too. I just didn't expect it to crack as much as it did. You can see how crumbly the wood filler is. It's just not doing its job. And that was really devastating because I had spent so many days putting in this wood filler, waiting for it to dry, sanding it down, trying to make it look perfect. Thank you to my neighbor who came up with the idea of doing gap filler instead of wood filler. I know that gap filler is not really meant for the purpose that I gave it, but I needed a win so bad. I needed something to work. I'm feeling a little bit better now that I laid down a little bit, so I'll continue this like a normal human being. I had a lot of problems, especially with this seam. I didn't line up the studs properly, which is basically the root of all my problems. So I decided to put glue over pretty much every seam. I think this has helped with the structural integrity of it. It wasn't good for the aesthetic of it. You can see here the like white bits. That's not the glue, that's the gap filler, which I put on top of it. Good idea? Maybe, maybe not. The glue is absolute torture to sand because it's not meant to be sanded, but there were just so many big clumps I needed to get rid of it somehow, and I really just didn't want to sand, so that's why I put the gap filler over the top. Now we are up to gap filling, which is so exciting because it's meaning that we're so close to the end of these walls. I've already tried it before and I liked what it looked like. It isn't perfect when it comes to like smoothness. You can see it has a lot of texture, but this area looked really bad. It was fully cracking. It was where really thick wood filler was. What it kind of looked like before was like this kind of cracking. That's what this back area kind of looks like right now. I'll be going over every single gap, a lot of the glue that I went over, just to see if I can try and smooth it out, and I will let that dry today. It's been a very long day and I have a little bit more to go before the sun sets, but I thought before I completely finish up I would quickly show you what we've done. And I say we because my neighbor helped me. Thank you. We pretty much went over all the seams because there were a bunch of gaps and it kind of made it smoother. We went around all of the edges to kind of make the curves nice. I have one section that I haven't completed. It's just this like top section here that I just haven't properly done the corners, but we pretty much have done it. Let's just finish up and then that means I can prep for painting, which means the walls are done. This is the corners of the windowsills that kind of look a little bit smooth, but they're probably as best as I can do. They're a little bit ugly, but we're hoping that the paint will just cover everything. It'll look good. Maybe. But they look okay, right? Just, yeah, don't look it up. So now that this gap filler is here, it's pretty much just drying now. I have to wait for it to fully cure, and then I'll be ready to prime and paint. So the last thing I have to do now is the furniture, which I have barely given myself a chance to think about because I just thought it was an impossible task for the walls to even be on and completed. But yeah, that's where I'm at and I'm happy and I'm excited, and make sure you follow along for the rest of the videos, and thank you to my patrons for supporting me. I will be posting a lot more now that I am feeling a little bit better, but yeah, I have a chronic illness, so we'll see what happens. I don't know. Thanks for supporting me, and I'll see you in the next video. My cat's just decided that the air vent covers is the place to sit down, so it's pretty cute. Say hi, Schmooze. What's the point of having glasses on your head out? You're not gonna use them. I think I got something in my eye. This is my kitten. Say hello. Say hello.